Okay, so you all have received the material. So we're going to cover the kueh water. This will be the last one. And after that, we'll complete. We have already completed, wow, 10 sessions already. So still going strong, I believe. Now with Chinese New Year, I think there's a bit of a distraction, as it is. Okay, now before we proceed on to looking into the kueh water, just a very quick one to recap to your memory. Let's of course go through to your heavenly stem combination. What are the stem combinations? When we talk about the chia wood, the chia wood would like to combine with what? What does chia wood combines with? What does the chia wood likes to combine with? Anybody? Recap. Oh, after New Year off, you not remember already. Chia wood. Chia wood like to combine with the Qi Earth. Okay, so chia wood would like to combine with the Qi Earth. And the combination will result in what? What does the combination results in? The Chia and Qi combines with becomes Earth. So Chia combines with Qi Earth becomes Earth. All right, thank you, Kinte. That will be it. And the second element, of course, we have is your Yi wood. Yi wood combines with what? Yi wood combines with the Keng metal. So Qi wood combines with the Keng metal. So remember, Yi wood combines with the Keng metal is that damsel in distress. That damsel in distress. Whereby the pretty flower asking the knight in shining armor to come. And what does it produce? It produces metal. Then of course we have the pink fire. Pink fire combines with what? What does the pink fire combines with? Pink fire combines with the sin metal. And sometimes this may be also known as a passionate or a lustful combination. Lustful combination as well. Pink fire combines with sin metal, and lustful, of course, means it will have to produce water. Then, of course, we have the ting fire. The ting fire combines with what? The candlelight dinner. The candlelight dinner combines with the ren water. And what does it produce? It produces wood. And so when ren water combines with ting fire, it produces wood. And so today we'll look into the wu earth. And the wu earth combines with the kueh water. Now, recently on the news, the one thing that we have, recently on the news, that we have the story of sugar. Can you remember? Is it a sugar book? Is it? Is there a scandal, a mini scandals in Malaysia, whereby
sugar baby, is it?
Sugar baby. We talk about sugar book. So the person was arrested. The person was arrested, but then the court more or less refused to remand him. Because looks like he has not broken any crime by organizing something that is legal. And then the police re-arrested him for rape and for other charges. So anyway, they really want to go after the sugar book. A sugar book is a Wu and Kueh combination, because Wu is the old man, is the old man and the young lady, Therefore, this kind of combination is never permanent, and it sparks passion, fire. And so, in a way, one can consider that the Wu and Kueh combination is maybe what we call short and sweet. Short and sweet. Maybe that's where like sugar book, short and sweet. It's a partnership. It's a coming together that was never meant to last long. It was a young girl and an old man. That would be how the Wu, the mountain and the Kueh. In a way, we consider that as part of nature. Part of nature, of course, the part of nature when we look into this, we will always consider uh, that in a way, cloud formation represents that kind of rain formation. It's like a, it's like, you know, whenever wind, whenever wind or cloud from the sky is being blocked by the mountain, it comes to create some kind of let me just get a better picture into how the nature comes to understand. And therefore here is looking into the wind. When we look into the wind coming down from the mountain, it creates a path. Now, in a way, let's say for example, if we look into the concept of feng shui, between north and south, let me just put a point. Of course, for ancient, in the ancient calendar, not just for China, but elsewhere as well, from Greece to Egypt, it's all the same. South, they normally point up, and north, they normally point down. So this is a very typical map in the ancient days, where they always point out. The logic is because heat goes up, and gravity brings it down. Therefore, water comes down. So north is water, it comes down, and while fire, of course, goes up. So therefore, in the feng shui, in all these part, we always compass. South is always up, north is always down, because of this concept. Now to the other part, now so just to check, now usually between south and north, normally in most feng shui literature and advice, which direction is better for the house to face? Facing south or facing north? Which is better? Connie says facing north, is it? Do we normally prefer to face north or face south? Usually. The tendency is to face south. So normally south facing. South facing is normally preferred. Well, in a way, it has to do with winter. I mean, during winter, we will find that the cold air will flow from cold to up. Therefore, if you build a house that faces north, you have cold air flowing into your house. Therefore, this would be where facing south would be better. And furthermore, in ancient China, the sun doesn't go up to the north, so basically you will have more sunlight when you face the south. Now, between east and west, which one is a more preferred? Which one is a more preferred facing? Which one is a more preferred facing? Wow, Kim Tae put some Chinese character there. Okay, what does the Chinese character actually means? South to become emperor. Wow. Okay. All right. Okay, so now as we look into the part east, so therefore east. Now, in fact, even in some Western journals, they come to realize that in many of these, you can go back, in many cities, when you say east side, you can always check east side. When we say east side, they tend to, okay, so the question is, they tend to see east side to be poorer. East side tends to be poorer in some way. Somehow, maybe even like Professor David Cole referred to, there is something called the Coriolis effect. I hope I pronounce it Coriolis effect. The Coriolis effect. The Coriolis effect basically means that as the Earth spins, into the rotation, the wind tends to push the air circulation from the west to the east. From the west to the east. That's it is. Due to the Coriolis effect. And therefore, this is where the facing of the east tends to be favored. But of course, there are also other logic itself where if because why? Because of the Coriolis effect, the wind blows from west to east. The wind will blow from west to east. The wind blows from west to east. As the wind blows from west to east, this is where, and those days in the ancient, during the Industrial Revolution with all the pollution, houses faces west, the polluted wind will come in. That will be the one part. So therefore, they'll be looking to how facing west. And of course, moreover, in Malaysia, facing west means you have the evening sun. And when you have the evening sun, it's warmer at night into one part. All right. And so this will be certain parts of the area of looking into how we can come to understand a little bit of the application of the directions and also how these combinations will come in to be very useful later when we come into our reading. All right, now with this in mind, let's just move on into coming out into the Kueh water as we now wrap up to the last. So Kueh water in a way is quite now I'm not saying this is exactly history, but when you say feng shui, the direct translation of feng shui, of course, essentially means water, water and wind.
还是身体在讲。
Okay, so it's translation of water and wind as it is. Now, generally, of course, as you know, wind is not one of the 5 elements. We don't have wind in 5 elements. We have water, we have metal, we have earth, we have fire. We don't have wind. But if you look into the Western astrology, the 4 elements, wind is one of them. Now, what does wind actually comes to substitute? Into one part, Kueh water is also the wind to a certain degree. Therefore, it's a combination of wood and Kueh water will come into this special combination as we come on to the last part as we come to this, into the area. Okay, Kueh water, now water people overall, the last session and this session, rain water and also Kueh water. Water is flexible because water will always take the shape of the container. You put water into a square box, into a cylinder, into whatever. The shape of the water will take the shape of the container. Therefore, water is flexible. Very, very, very chincai. And now with Kueh water is different. Kueh water is shapeless. Kueh water is shapeless. As opposed to rain water, which is shapeful. Therefore, rainwater is full of shapes, meaning rainwater can take any shape because they are very flexible. But now Kueh water is shapeless. The difference may lie between shapeful and shapeless is rainwater is more careful about people. They see the needs of the people and they adapt to the needs of the people. That's why they are shapeful. They can take the shape. Therefore, they are and water is wisdom. So they are smart, they observe, and then they adapt. They are very adaptable, rainwater. But shapeless now is that they don't care about adapting. So therefore, the yin and yang of the Kueh water is that both of them represents the wisdom, but it's a shapeless wisdom. And so as the shapeless wisdom, they are very, the thing about it, of course, is that they become very idealistic. They become very creative, and they must always be on the go. How do you know? If you go into an office, if you step into an office, one of the fastest way to know who in the office is a Kueh water, very easy to tell. You go into the office, let me guess, this person is Kueh water. Okay, you go to the desk that is empty. The person not there, Kueh water not there one, because they cannot sit still one. Most likely you will see the Chia and the Wu, they will sit down there one. They will sit down there one. They don't go anywhere. Unpredictable, correct. That is right. Unpredictable, cannot sit still, elusive, because they are the wind. They are the wind. They will always be on the go. They will always be on the go. And in their mind, they always have 2, 3 things in their mind. Therefore, that will be the cool water. They can always sit still. And most koi water, of course, depending if they are hot, they can be very, very spiritual, spiritually minded. All right. So the kind of jobs that koi water needs is they need it to be on a short-term basis. Put them in projects. Don't give them routine job. They do not like routine. They cannot stand routine. They cannot stand being still. Therefore, they need to learn and they would like to throw challenges. They like to develop their skills. They can multitask, definitely they can multitask. Therefore, that would be it. But the only problem with koi water is they cannot be contained by earth. Because Wu Earth controls rainwater. Because rainwater becomes the mountain that holds on to the rain. Therefore, rain needs the Wu Earth. But koi water, of course, is very temporary affair, so therefore they are not so focused. They cannot be controlled. And if you want to talk about of all the elements, then generally we consider koi water now to be the most yin of most yin. Because water is north. Water is way opposite from the sun. So therefore they're the most yin, but the rich is very far. Of all the 12 animals, koi water welcomes the dragon. And so when you see a koi water, Daymaster, they would welcome the dragon. They would welcome the dragon. And of all the 6 dragons, they welcome the fire dragon. So the fire dragon will be the most amicable one. If let's say, for example, if I put the fire dragon here, let me just put the fire dragon. Okay, let me just turn something else. Let me just do something else. Okay, so if I will consider this, then this will be considered to be quite a very, very favorable chart. So when you see koi water person, a good koi water person will be one where there is a dragon. So therefore, you would like to see a dragon, that would be fantastic. Yeah, so of all the 12 animals of a koi water, dragon is the one that will help them to transform. In a way, we can say that koi water will be rooted. So when koi water see dragon, koi water is strengthened and is rooted. And koi water combines with what? Combines with the water. Therefore, there is a combination. There's a combination. And once you are strong, you will be shaped better. If you are weakened, you are weakened. And wood is the product of a water. There will be a weakening, weakening part. So this combination, there will be a weakening part as it is. So therefore, this will be of all the 12. Sea dragon, very good. Sea dragon, very good. All right, so that is what we want to consider in the chart as you can. So as we so sea dragon, very good. All right. Yeah. So generally, all the koi water, all the koi water. So if a koi water sees dragon, the tendency will be transformed, turn miraculous. That's what the ancient text would say. Okay. Not worried about fire and earth, not concerned about keng and sit. Therefore, it will be combined with the wu, and the presence will be good. All right, now come. Going to go along. This is quite a bit of a change. So therefore, the koi water's main strength is that. So sometimes koi water can be the wind. So koi water is the water. Koi water is the wind. That's why feng shui. In what place the the mapping of the flow. That means the flow of the Kueh water being the last of the 60 jia qi, especially the Kueh hai, will be one part that symbolizes it. So it's elusive, it's very changeable, and very, very fluid. Therefore, it's like a mist. So Kueh water people are very difficult to understand. To know them, they are very mysterious. They are like the mist. They do not make people understand them very easily. To make them to guess what they're going to do next is also something not very easy. In a way, of course, Datuk Joey Yap is Kueh water. So it's on the go. And of course, most of them are also very spiritually inclined, very intelligent, and they'll think about us. So thinking, water people think and think and think. Water people don't stop thinking one. They will just think and think and think. As it is. But the Kueh water, their thinking is faster than rainwater. And because of that, their downside is that they're extremely very fickle, extremely lacking sustainable power. If your boss is Kueh water, my condolences to your happy career life, because a Kueh water boss is terrible one. First of all, they are never around. The water bosses are never in your office. And when they do come in, they want 1 million things to be done. And then while you're doing it, they change their mind. And then when your project is done, they don't want it anymore. And therefore, they will keep asking for a lot of things and then they don't see through. So it's very tiring to work for a boss where your efforts are not appreciated. It's not appreciated because by the time your project is done, they move on to other things already. Therefore, that's where Kueh water tends to be rolling stone. They tend to change their job because Kueh water loves freedom. So the best advice for a Kueh water person is, except for one, the rest, don't do employment. Don't be employed. Don't be employed. Don't look for a job that has very strict schedule, routine work. Kueh water people like to be freelancer. They like project work, event management. They like to go out. That's why they make jobs which are fantastically very flexible. So if there's any career advice to give to a Kueh water between two companies, choose the one that offer flexi time, the one that is not so rigid, because that's the one the Kueh water will feel more comfortable with. That's it. All right. Now, what does the Kueh water likes to do? The Kueh water likes to teach. Kueh water likes to be a coach. They like jobs that can influence the best of others, because water fits into wood. Therefore, they provide they produce wood, so to speak. Water fits into wood. So therefore, they like cultivation. They definitely wants to be passionate about the things that they do. Okay, so Kueh water people are very, very quick to bother. So when you talk to a Kueh water, you need to talk fast, because if you talk too slow, they lose you and then they don't pay attention. Because generally, water people, rainwater and Kueh water the same. One of the things they don't like is that they don't like stupid people. They cannot stand stupid people. They cannot tahan one. If somebody is keep on asking a lot of questions. Yeah, JY got no patience one. So when you ask questions of JY, you must talk fast and you must deliver exactly. Otherwise, you just get, it's just like, beta and you one. He wants to move along. Kueh water, Joy Yap is Kueh water. Kueh water is like that one. So you see a Kueh water, talk fast, tell them exactly what they want. Don't worry about being frank, because rainwater especially, they call a spade one. You can talk straight to them and they don't mind. So water people can take it. I see, right? So there you go. So this is how to manage a Kueh water person. Right, in terms of personality, because they are shapeshifters. Therefore, they are not easy to read. They're not easy to read. But being water, they like to nurture. They like to nurture. They like to teach. So, to get attention of a kueh water, you need to okay lah, I mean, you know lah, like for example if you want to appeal to a keng, now how do you appeal to a keng? How do you get a keng to do things for you? Remember, what do you do? What must you do to get a keng to do things for you? The keng is the knight in shiny armor. The keng is the hero complex. To get a keng to do things for you, you must play the damsel in distress. You must play weak. Wow, Koko Chai, you're so strong, you're so powerful, I'm so weak. You try to help me. Because keng goes by Yi brotherhood. Therefore, to get a keng, this is your strategy. Now, how to get a kueh water to do things for you? How do you get a kueh water to actually do things for you? You praise their ability to teach because they are very keen to teach. So Joy is thinking, Sherwin also is also an kueh wei person. So therefore, has this. Even if you look into some of the popular people like Jamie Oliver. Jamie Oliver is the TV personality that cooks. Martha Stewart. These are all basically people who are teaching. They are showing. They show you how to do things. So they like to show you how to do things. What they like to show off is their intelligence. Therefore, their flow of ideas will be there. You get them to think, they will be very useful for personality. So you appeal to their intelligence, you appeal to their ability to teach. Therefore, that would be it. In terms of career, as mentioned just now, they will always be busy. Water people always busy one, or they pretend to be. At least kueh water tends to be more busy unnecessarily. Therefore, they are multitask. They got 2-3 things at the same time. Has this. But the one thing about the kueh water is they rebel. They are more rebellious. They are not so conforming to the conventional way of thinking. Therefore, that's the difference that you can also see. And just like the Ren brother, wealth is fire. Wealth is fire. And so, fire, of course, is infinite. So therefore, the ability to kueh water is generating wealth. Now, the main advantage of kueh water's asset is intellectual property. So if you are kueh water, you are the wind, you are the vapor, you are the mist, you are the unseen, intangible assets. Intellectual property is intangible. Copyright, brand, trademark, these are the assets that you build on. So kueh water built their assets by branding, by intellectual property, copyright, producing. That is it. Their ideas are the one that make money for them. Keng is different. Keng is execution. Keng is hard work. Therefore, Yang people mostly, the Wu Earth, the Ren are mostly through work. This one is through ideas. The Yin type, Yin people are not so extroverted, not so aggressive, not so assertive. Yin people tends to go on the other side, like ideas, connection. Yi Wood will get other people to do things for them. Yi Wood is good at manipulating people, connection, network. The kueh water is about intellectual property. It's about selling ideas, teaching, providing. That's support. So that is the strength of the kueh water. Right. And because water is shapeless, they are friends to almost everybody. Therefore, that's why they end up to be more popular because they like to be friendly. They try not to make any enemies. Therefore, so these are not the aggressive people that actually would like to do. But depends on whether they are good or not as it comes along. Okay, so very quickly we'll look into what are the strengths, weaknesses that comes into play when we want to explore the Kueh water, the mist and the vapor, and so on. All right, so very quickly, I think this is just a little bit more about but okay, now because water is one of the weakest yin around, they might be follow the leader structure. Maybe somewhere in future we'll talk about structure analysis. Follow the leader means they either follow fire or they follow earth. Follow the money. Follow money means becoming a servant of money. Remember, follow the leader. Usually in ancient Chinese society, follow the leader basically the life of a maid, the life of a servant. Can see money, cannot touch. Can see money, cannot touch means you are in a big palace, which is not yours. So you must be a servant. Therefore, that's fire. And again, earth. Can see boss. Can see husband, but not married. Can see husband, but not married. That's why sugar daddy, sugar daddy into the leader. So therefore, follow the leader. Kueh water becomes a sugar baby. But again, those are the ancient literature that is in a different Confucius conservative society. But in the 21st century, the game can be different or played differently. Okay, and so essentially, Kueh water are quite independent because too much keng, too much metal attracts Kueh water, it becomes murky. So in a way, we do find that Kueh water people are quite independent. They are like the wind. They go wherever they want. They enjoy the freedom. They are the vapor, the mist. They transform. They are shapeless. Therefore, they don't really need to see other elements. So quite independent. Just like the pink fire. Pink fire doesn't need anything. They are also very independent. They are the sun in the sky. They don't need anything. So the only one good thing that they want is Wu Earth because Kueh water combines with Wu Earth. But in the presence of fire. Because Wu Earth, remember, Wu Earth plus Kueh water is combination is fire. So therefore, you need fire. You need warmth. So you need warmth in order for the fire to start. Dry lah. You want it to be dry. So in a dry and warm environment, fire can happen when you see Kueh water combines with water. And so that is why, as already mentioned earlier, the pink chen is the best. Because whenever there's a pink chen, you can see that there is fire. So if there's fire in the chat, got fire in the chat, then the earth can combine. Therefore, I can combine. This will be one of the very good chat. And moreover, if you know, fire is wealth. Fire is wealth. And if wealth is in your career pillar, side by side, one of the richest. One of the richest. And therefore, this is a very good combination to have. A Kueh Daymaster with pink chen by the side. By the side. I see this. Therefore, that will be the best. All right. Okay. And so, if Kueh water is born in autumn and winter, so autumn and winter, metal water is very prosperous. Therefore, unlikely, even when pink chen is present. And therefore, if you see the chart, so remember, if this is where the pink, if this is where the pink chen is, but this one is, something along the line of give you a very, very second. So Ren, of course, here this is what? This is winter, isn't it? So the red, the peak of winter. So if it's winter, then no cannot combine. So it's a distance away, and so no. So if that's the case, you see a chart like that. Then so the Kueh is born in winter, prosperous, transformation unlikely. Even though you have, therefore there's no real sign of transformation. No real sign of transformation. Because this transformation is to fire is what is wealth. It is wealth to the Kueh water. Therefore, that's to be. But you never know. You have to see. But if it's present, then you have to wait for the season, wait for the luck pillar to come, wait for other aspects or other manifestation that comes into place. Okay, so what does the Kueh water need? Kueh water very independent. It doesn't need any other elements. You don't really like to see metal. No need. You don't really need. You don't really need. So therefore, except for, of course, earth, which is non-sentimental, which is the boss. So, but it fades away very fast, making it emotional and flippy. But it's only a short spurt of discipline. And so this is where Kueh water may find that earth gives it some element. And so it is more towards Chi Earth, more towards Chi Earth that comes into place. Okay, so in every aspect, a bit of fire would be good in order to bring some balance to the chart. Okay, so now let's go into the 6 types of Kueh. We'll start off with, of course, Kueh water in winter, Kueh Chou. So Chou is winter, and so it's snow. Therefore, Kueh Chou is snow. Kueh Chou is snow. And in a way, Kueh Chou is also the krypton, the kryptonite to run water people. Run water people, all kinds of run water, do not like to see Kueh Chou. So if you have a run water friend, or you're reading a run water chart, and then this person comes to you, hey, I'm run water, I want to get married to this girl, and you look at the chart and she got Kueh Chou there. I will say, if you see, oh, this is my business partner, I want to come, and then got Kueh Chou there. Kueh Chou, of all the 60 jiaji, Kueh Chou is the one that will screw up the run water big time. But of course, we must understand that there is attraction. There is attraction. That is why the run water is asking for advice, because there's attraction. I'm attracted to this guy. I'm attracted to this woman. I'm attracted to this business power. And so I want to get married. I want to join venture. I want to work. So therefore, there's an attraction. But this attraction will inevitably end up in disaster. Okay, so Kueh Chou is the kryptonite to run water people. Therefore, if anything, don't ever go sin. Okay, but now let's come back to Kueh Chou and see what it actually needs. But Kueh Chou, of course, now if you have run water enemy, so if you have an enemy that is run water, then you introduce Kueh Chou to this person, then you destroy that person. Therefore, if you want to destroy Superman, you must have that kryptonite. That's where the weapon comes into place. Okay, now Kueh Chou is really strong winter. It's rooted. It's rooted, definitely. Then, of course, it has the Chi Earth. Now, what is Chi Earth? Chi Earth is the 7th key. What is Sin? What is Sin metal? Sin metal is indirect resource. Sin metal is indirect resource, isn't it? So that is why it has a 6th sense. That's why it has a 6th sense. It's intuitive. They are very clever. But as no, they are essential. They're essential. What do they need? What do they need? What would they need? Wood is the filter. Wood controls the earth. Wood controls the earth. Therefore, it purifies and it avoids contamination. Because water doesn't like to see earth. because water and earth combined together is dirty, murky, doesn't clean. It creates a lot of mental issues for them. And so to be prosperous, to be successful, the Kway Chou likes to see wood. They like to see wood. Huh? So if they see wood, prosperous. They see wood, prosperous. All right. Therefore, Kway Chou would like to consider this. And so when they get married, their spouse pillar is activated. So when they get married, the spouse pillar is activated. As it is activated, the earth contaminates the water, it activates sickness. So in every essence, Kway Chou people would be better to marry later. So marry later better, because when marry early gives you that effect. All right. Okay, so Kway Chou people, they are born with congenital sickness. They are born with congenital sickness, stomach, cells, flesh, and blood. So one of the advices for Kway Chou people is to go for GI. What does GI stands for? Gastrointestinal tract. Stomach. Okay. Go and do some colon cleansing. Go and do some colon cleansing. Go and do some coffee enema or whatever. Therefore, pay attention to your stomach, the intestinal issue, because usually they are born with that. They're born with that. All right. Well, in every essence, they are intelligent. So they are essentially very intelligent. And Chou belongs to which combination? What is a trinity for Chou? What is the combination for Chou? 四有 Chou. Lily says 四有 Chou. 四有 Chou is what trinity? 四有 Chou is the metal trinity. It's the metal trinity. And metal is the resource to the Kway water. There's strong attraction. So that's where Kway Chous is intelligent. They are very intelligent. They got very good sense. And therefore that is their main strength. Their main strength lies into it. All right. So this would be So the main issue is sometimes is their need to overcome their health. And once they can overcome their health, then of course they will have better improving luck during their later age. All right, let's take a look. The next one, of course, is the rabbit. Mao is spring. Therefore, it is represented by the forest stream. Now, what does the rabbit combines with? Anybody can remember? Anybody knows what is the rabbit combines with? What does the rabbit combines with? Forgot really. The rabbit combines with the dog. Combines with the dog. Now, in every aspect, you'll find that the Kway Mao is sitting on wood, sitting on EG, sitting on EG. Therefore, it's a pure EG. Pure EG is highly creative. Highly creative. But the thing also is that rabbit is also a peach blossom. As it is a peach blossom and it's linked to water and wood, there's a tendency to be very, very obsessed with it. So it may have many lovers, many admirers. Therefore, that's where the kind of playboy, kind of playgirl kind of personality may tend to come in. That's it. And their type of personality is very much into also human body art. Therefore, one can expect to see a lot of tattoo. Tattoo, they are into all these things. Therefore, they're not very shameful of their body. They can, they display, they see all not so much concern. And because it is spring mist, then one thing, of course, is they need to see pink fire. Just like what we discussed, they like to see pink fire. So pink fire would be good into a certain relationship. Okay, so again, the pink fire comes in, and Chen, of course, is still very good to come into. And so, and now, what is the Kuei Mao is pure EG, is very pure EG. Therefore, they are very artistic, and because of them, they are so clever. They are sometimes better than you. Therefore, they are a little bit more arrogant. They can be quite again because water people don't like stupidity. They cannot stand stupidity one. And so Koema also cannot stand stupidity. So because of that, they get this aura, which of course is a bit more arrogant. But if you know them deep inside, they are, of course, as usual, very generous. They're very generous, and they like the good thing. Eating God lah. Eating God means you like the finer things in life. You like the finer things. Now, if you have a Kuei Mao client or somebody that you talk to, the best again is conjuring up ideas, intellectual property. Okay, because they are pure EG, they are very creative. They should be songwriters, they should be storytellers, they should be able to do something, entertainment, production, comedian. They can just bring up ideas, and they make very, very good output from that, because they're sitting on an output star. So output star, they need to look at. Okay, this is now the one with the three pressures. Very rare. Of all the 60 judges, it's not so easy to find one that has the three. And so the quiz is the one. So quiz, sitting on pink fire. Sitting on pink fire is sitting on direct wealth. Wu Earth, what is Wu? Wu is Earth controls water. As Earth controls water, Wu Earth controls Gui water. Wu Earth is the direct officer. Keng is metal. Metal produces water. So Keng metal produces Gui water is direct resource. And therefore, Gui Zi, of all the 6 Gui water, Gui Zi, the snake, is the strongest, the most stable, the most prepared, because it's sitting on the 3 pressures. Therefore, it has a very good boss relationship. This one is grounded because got earth controlling water, and so more stable. All the other Gui water will be, so if ever you find, like I said, if you walk in an office, how do you know who is a Gui water? Well, the person is not in the office, always around, but Gui Sir may be in the office. Gui Sir will be in the office because they can be very good. And snake, of course, fire good at making money because sitting on wealth. So sitting on wealth can be one that makes very good money. So this person will, sitting on wealth, will be very wealthy. And because sit on wealth, if they are rain, because stronger water controlling fire, so if there's rain, it will be auspicious. The one thing that a Gui snake should not see, cannot see, is the peak. Is the peak. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, Datuk Joy Yap is a Kueh Si. He is a Kueh Si. And somehow there is a pig in his chart as well. I think he shared his chart once. He is a snake. And pig is in his ear. Pig is in his ear pillar. And snake. Now, snake and pig is fire and water. Heaven and earth clash. Explosion. Explosion. And so, don't like to see pig. So, do not like to see. So, it has the most noble of all the Kueh water. It will have the power of the sun and the moon, because the sun is fire into the area. So, therefore, it has a whole life of nobility. And they would welcome the monkey and the rooster. Monkey and roosters are metal. Metal produces the Kueh water. Therefore, they strengthen itself. And therefore, that would be just how it is. Okay, so the only one thing is don't like to see pig. If they see pig, then there will be some clash. It will be a sky horse clash. Sky horse clash, very spiritual clash, and it will be tremendously very, very upsetting for them as well. Okay, Kueh. Sherwin, there was one time, I think one of the assistants for Dr. Joy Yap was Sherwin. And of course, out of a joke, he will say Kueh is water on the desert. Water in the desert is like a fart. Therefore, they will just make it smelly fart. So if you would like to tease a Kueh, you can say that your symbolism is a smelly fart. But to be nicer, of course, the Kueh is of all the water, the most formless, shapeless, and colorless. The one that is always on the go is the one that constantly search for new opportunities. Okay? They are very, very smart, but they are very unstable. So they do not stay long as an employee. So if you want to hire a Kueh person, the person won't stay long. He'll just after a while, he'll need to constantly move. And they are very much on spiritual. So for spiritual inclination, make money through spiritual. Because the Kueh main strength, main strength is to bring the unseen to reality. Therefore, they are the bridge to the other dimension. Therefore, they bring it. Therefore, they make money through spiritual. They tap on to this part. Again, this is all, Kueh water is all about intellectual property, all about their skills in teaching, in linking, in showing spiritual support. And Kueh water person, unfortunately, most of them tend to have readings of health-related issues. And again, they got earth in their chart. Therefore, they will also attract sickness when they get married. So when they get married, the spouse pillar is activated, the sickness will start. So that is the Kueh. So Kueh, again, all this must be very careful. So similar to the Cho, sitting on earth, sitting on the earth, again, will have gastrointestinal related issues. And gastrointestinal issue basically creates a lot. Now, in a way, let's say, for example, your liver will filter out the toxin. The liver is something that clean your body. So when you consume toxins and poison, all the toxins and poisons will go to the liver. the liver will then process it as a toxin and then flow it out to your GI has shit. No? Therefore, you shit it out. Therefore, when you shit it out, you go. But when your GI is got problem, your GI is stuck. No? If you have GI problem, gastrointestinal, stomach intestinal problem, imagine during Chinese New Year holidays, the Tong Sampah guy didn't come. DBKL didn't come to collect your garbage for the last 2 weeks. What happened to your garbage bin? Therefore, all the toxins that are not flushed out from your intestinal will then be recycled into your system. Therefore, Gui Wei and Gui Chou has this toxin being recycled into your body system, especially like this one together with the dog. So that is why earth is always that sickness, that graveyard stuff that can be seen as well. All right. Therefore, if you see a Gui Wei person, you see a Gui Chou person, advise them on their relationship between their liver and their GI. Okay, GI is actually intestine. Don't say stomach. Stomach is not stomach. It's not the part that is the intestine, the intestinal part. The this is about intestinal tract into the area as well. Even the shape also looks like an intestine, as you can see. All right, that's therefore go. This will be just how we need to be very careful when we look into the sign of a Gui person. So again, and then of course when the toxins are being recycled, they will tend to have skin and flesh inflammation. So they got eczema problem, dandruff problem. These are the problem when you have a lot of yin earth in them. So again, clean your GI, clean your GI, and then flush out your toxin. That will live a much healthy life. Okay, again, Gui water is very, so this is the forever chameleon. Therefore, the chameleon can change the color, can change to blend in to be very well. Therefore, the Gui Wei is also one that can do many things. They have many hidden talents and knowledge. They're able to support that in part. And of course, because they are very spiritual, that's where they have, of all the people, the more closer affinity to get in touch with their past lives. And they tend to do that as well. Right. Okay, as you come into the Gui, this one is the mother of revenge. Okay, like the mother of revenge. Not as bad as the Sin backstabber, but we find vengeful. Now, again, I think we've discussed this. When water people meets water, this becomes drinking. This is a drinking problem. So when water and metal meets, it is always that drinking problem. Too much water is very depressive. Good drinker. And of course, peach blossom. Used as a peach blossom. Metal blossom, very attractive. And of course, making money quite easily because it's very resourceful. Therefore, Gui Yu will have high revenue, low expenses. High revenue, low expenses. Now, businesses that have high revenue and low expenses are basically self-employed. Self-employed service provider. If let's say we are talking about, jobs like speaker like that. If you are a speaker, a trainer, you are self-employed. When you offer training services, teaching services, you collect revenue. But then your main service is just you talking. And when you talk, there's no expenses. I mean, you don't have to buy machinery, you don't have to hire people. Therefore, low expenses because low headcount. You don't even need an office for the fact. So you don't need space, you don't need people, you don't need anything. So basically, almost all your revenue is your profit. That is the Kueyo. Kueyo has this type of clear and steady money water making type. Therefore, that's why they have achievement in career related to education. Like that, because related to education in the part is linked to this self-employed service provider, which of course is that high revenue, low expenses, because they're sitting on resource. Sitting on resource. Beautiful pillar. They of course again like to see, most of them, all of them like to see the fire dragon. All of them love to see the fire dragon. If the fire dragon in your chart, this would be beautiful. But no winter, no winter. Don't want winter. Other season, not so bad. Spring is good because they also like wood. Wood is also something that can be good for you. Okay, so again, they're sitting on resource because 四有球 is your metal. Metal produces water, therefore sitting on resource. Sitting on resource. And this one is sitting on indirect resource. And sitting on indirect resource, people always is unconventional. Think out of the box. And therefore they are, of course, they love their research. Their research is always unique. They love to be proud of everything. Remember once again, to get a Kueh water to do work for you, you appeal to their intelligence and their propensity to teach. Because they like research, they like to learn, and they like to contribute what they learn. So they are very happy contributing to what they learn. Appeal to them. And this is how you get to manage a Kueh water person. And Kueh water like straightforward one. They like straightforward. Run water people, water also the same thing. Please don't beat around the bush. These are not the Yiwood that you're talking to. You're not talking to a Yiwood. So please don't beat around the bush. And because they don't need so many elements, you don't really attract them by adding much. Okay, and sometimes at the wrong time, money may not be a key motivation as well. So if you say, come lah, please do this for me. I give you money. What you think money is? I'm so easy to move by money, man. Therefore, that would be just how we can look at of all the Kueh water, this one is the most loyal. Because many Kueh water do have relationship issues. Because Kueh water, their husband star is the earth. And this combination is only short term. Kueh water will go and flow. And therefore, of all, we may find that this Kueh is the one that is more loyal, the one that has back. Will this affect the family life and marriage? In a certain degree, you can find that the relationship between Wu and Kueh is like that the old man and the young lady. This is more like the sugar daddy, that means the Benny factor, the Benny factor. And this is the beneficial. Therefore, their marriage, their relationship may be seen to be more contractual than more love. More contractual than love. I mean, people marry for different reasons and a combination of all the reasons. Of course, it would be nice and ideal to marry for love. But then the truth is to be understood that if let's say a woman looks at a man and the man is not holding on to a good job, unstable, poor, these may be issues that will deter the woman from proceeding. And so the Wu and the Kuei has this tendency. So the Kuei water will be like, well, if you don't have, if the man doesn't hold to what is being expected of them, I mean, stable, can provide for the family, then the Kuei water may not be so interested. So this would be just a combination of realistic. Water people are also they think a lot. They are of course emotional, so therefore they will have this expectation that they would be as well. Okay, but of course, because water is about wisdom and wisdom is about logical thinking, and therefore they might use logic to decide that this is not a good husband for them. If the husband is not good. But metal produces more emotions. So the Kuei water makes them more emotional, which of course may then make them more passionate. That means more emotional. That means they will then go for love. That's it. Okay, so anyway, it is mentioned that of all the 60 pillars, this is the most inquisitive and curious. Therefore, they love their research. They love it because they are so curious. They're so curious. They just want to learn and learn and learn. They just want to do that. Okay, so all right. So this will be just the Kuei that comes into it. Okay, the last. Now, Jiazi is the first of the 60. Gui Hai is the last, is the 60th. So in the cycle of the 60th Jiazi, this one may be something like the end, coming to the end. And that would also mean extremes. They are very extremes. Now, Gui Hai, of course, sitting on water, sitting on the ocean, because the peak is Ren water. The peak is Ren water. I think I didn't really put the thing. So therefore, the peak is the Ren water, and therefore sitting on Ren water is the mist, the clouds on the ocean, the clouds on the ocean. And peak is midnight, is late at night. Peak is about 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock. Therefore, it's actually dark and night into it. And as long as they have sunlight or moon, they are okay. And again, all of them like to see Ping Chen. If they see Ping Chen, they are very good. So as long as they see Ping Chen, they are good. So if you see a Kuei water person, check for Ping Chen in the chart. If they have it in the chart, wow, very good. In career pillar, lagi better, the best you can possibly have. And if they don't have it, then look for it in the luck pillar. See whether it's ever in the luck pillar. If it's in the luck pillar, then they will also face very good, very prosperous. If they don't, well, then basically sometimes they have health issues, they're emotional, and they are like a rolling stone that gathers no moss. And also the clash by the pig. So pig and snake clash is always very bad. So if the Kuei doesn't like to see the high wouldn't like to see the snake. That's it. All right. And they are sitting on Rockwell. Sitting on Rockwell, they like to win. They like to win, and they can gather businesses, of course. So they are also generally very business people. Some can say that Kuei Hai can, very chances are, marry a foreigner. So in the ancient days, when they see a Kuei Hai, they'll say marry foreigner. Oh, I see. Let me guess, your spouse is from another country, right? You marry foreigner. Okay, of course, maybe in those ancient days, marry foreigner is not so positive, lah, huh? Because they always look for kakilang. Huh? That is always that tribal part. But of course, in today's world, marry foreigner, you know, like interracial breeding, children all very pretty one. Huh? Therefore, something not so negative now. Huh? Because why? Because the pig combines with the tiger. When a pig combines with the tiger is a sky horse. It's a traveling star. It's a growth star. Therefore, wife from a different country. Huh? Therefore, that's where the reading comes in. Huh? So experiment, go and check how many Kuei Hai person you know and whether do they marry a foreign spouse or not. Huh? Go and do your research, check it out, and see whether this is true. Okay, well, they are the last of the 60 Chachi. They are the black water of the night. They are super mysterious. Huh? Super mysterious. Cannot see them one now. Imagine 3 o'clock in the morning, the mist in an ocean. You cannot see past them one. They are very dark. They are very mysterious. They are constantly moving. They are rebels. They are rebels. And so they don't like to be clashed. Clash means, if you see clash, that means the snake, then the male will tend to have poor marriage and they might entangle themselves with extramarital affair. Okay, and of course, for the women, they might end up to be the mistress. Again, the sugar baby, the mistress. These are the Kuei. Sometimes the tendency brings into them if they are. All right, and generally, of course, the water people is always known for their honesty and straightforwardness. As it's. Oh, sorry, Kim Tae. Wait, sorry. Oh yeah, the 9 to 11. Beg your pardon. That one is you're talking about the ox, isn't it? Beg your pardon. Yep. Late at night. Yeah, thank you. Gonna miss it out. Miss it. Okay. So anyway, that would be same. Black at night. Okay, so anyway, this will be just looking into the 6 Kuei water, and this will be a wrap up on the 60 charts that we have, and also the 10, also the 60 Daymasters. So we have gone through 60 Daymasters from the 10 elements. And then with that, I think the next session, we will then move on into starting to read the chart, bring them together. So I think along the line of these 60 charts, we have also covered combinations and clashes, and we will go a bit more into that. Then we can begin to complete the reading. Okay, so I think, I've exceeded the time as well. So I think we will close up now. I will see you next week. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. It's been a pleasure. So thank you for the gift and all. See you next week. Yeah. Okay, everyone.